Right, we'll make a start. It's 10:58. So I'm a few minutes early, but that's okay because an awful lot of people tend to watch this afterwards anyway, and you don't want a whole big bit of me just sitting there looking blankly at the screen waiting to be for people to join me. So I'll go ahead and start, and I'll explain what it is I've done here. Now, do you remember a couple of weeks ago I did, hi Gemma, I did a painting that was like springtime and water and trees. Well, I hated it, couldn't make it right, so I scraped it all off before it totally dried, and then I painted it with black gesso all around the edges, and then I did a white gesso piece here. Then I let that totally dry. Once that had dried, like this morning just before I started here, who else we got? Hi Chelsea. Before we started, and then this morning I then painted a liquid white over here and a liquid clear all over the rest of the painting. I then took my phthalo blue and my Prussian blue, or French ultramarine. Hi Alicia. French ultramarine, which is a blue, because I haven't got any phthalo blue, so I had to swap it out. Didn't have enough. And then covered all these bits on the outside. Alicia, you'll remember doing this with me. Morning, Pete. All be good with me? Thank you very much. Be all good with you? And then covered it all with the blue. Here, it's just got the liquid clear, and then I took a brush and I just gently went over it. Now, the one thing I did forget to say was that when the white gesso and the black gesso were still tacky, I took a bit of kitchen towel and I just dabbed it to mix the two together to get this grey colour. Now, that's the one thing I've forgotten, is my kitchen towel. Okay, so with that, I think that's pretty much everything. So I'm going to start today with the big round brush. Okay, and I'm going to take, I don't usually mix up my colours, but today I will, because I need to change. So there's my blues. Mix the blues first. You'll see that? Okay. Then take a little bit of blue and let's mix it in with the white. Now it's going to be very, very nearly just white. And again, I usually leave them streaky, but today I want it very, very well mixed. Okay, now the reason I'm doing this one today, I will just mention, because I know she'll be looking later, is because of a friend of mine that I used to go to school with. When I posted it, she loved it. So I said to her, well, I was going to do something else, but do you want me to do it for you? So Laura Brocklaw, may have mispronounced it. She was Laura Sutherland when I was at school, so forgive me if I don't get the name quite right. I'm running out of space now to wipe the knife with. There we go. So that's my knife wipe. So very, very light colour. Tap it in. And what we're going to be doing is a few little trees that are in the background. You won't see much of them. They're in the background here, and they're just sticking out because this is the bright light. The bright light is shining in the distance or coming through the gap in the forest. I wish I could talk today, that one might be quite good. Okay, so basically we'll just have a few, a little bit, maybe a little bit darker, coming down here. Okay, and we'll just have a little bit just to say that there's some stuff in the background. And now that it's picking up the liquid white, I'm actually going to go over a little bit more. So the first thing I'm going to do, in fact no, the second thing I'm going to do is pick up a little bit of blue, make it a little bit darker, and come round and do a second lot. Okay, pick up a little bit of blue, go in there, so that it's darker than the first lot of trees. Don't forget to go on top. There we are. Because we've still got a lot of bright over here as well. Up the top. Now, don't forget, you've got the lighter ones underneath. You can slightly cover them with the blue. They'll still show through. We know they're there. Okay. And there we are. Okay, we're beginning to see a little bit of shape and distance. And then down here at the bottom, we're going to have some bushes that perhaps become trees. Okay, and over this side, same. I'm going to make them a little bit darker because the blue above them is darker. And there we are. Okay, and there's my trays. Now, the reason I'm not doing right in the middle is because that's going to be water. So what I am going to do, first off, is take some of this, some of the white. So I don't want an awful lot of shade, I want a little bit. And the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to have out of these bushes, I think, maybe a little bit darker. This one have a little tree that stands out against the light. Okay. Now I'm just taking a little roll of paint onto my knife. There we are. That'll stand there. Where's my... keep going off just to wipe my knife. I need somewhere to put it, but unfortunately the camera's... Jess, hello! Unfortunately the cameras are sort of like in the way. But hey ho, we will persevere. So what I need to do now is give him a few little branches. Okay, he's not got many branches, it's only a little tree. Just add a little bit of liquid cleaners, or thinners rather, and then we'll add him, give him a little bit of, this is his moment in the sun. Okay, and he'll, there we go, and then he can get a little bit of sunshine. Okay, he's sort of leaning out over. I'll leave him, I'm not going to put a huge amount of detail in him. What I am going to do is put in a few, start to put in a few bits of trunk to start holding these trees up. Again, you won't see much of this, but you'll see enough. Okay, and these bushes down here, they need something to hold them up as well, otherwise they're just going to fall over. And I think I'll have a couple that are going to join in that moment in the sun. There we are. Okay, So that's that bit. So back to my brush. Hi Barbara. Priya, my goodness. Hi Priya. So again a little bit darker as we start to come out. Up there. Priya, I don't know if you remember Mrs. Hayward from Kenny, music teacher. You might have been very young. Maybe year 7. Not sure. Okay, here we go. And again, we're just making a little bit more trees. We're getting, you may notice we are getting a little bit darker as we start to come out. The light will filter through and it'll hit here and there, but on the whole, I'll go down here. Need to start mixing up a little bit. Where's my knife? There it is. No, that's not the right knife. There we go. This one will do. It's not the one I like. There we go. I prefer the bigger one. Okay, so we'll do a little bit on here. We'll add a little bit of the French ultramarine and we'll make this a little bit darker, a little bit too bright, and we'll add a little bit of black. Grey it down a little bit. Okay? Because we now need to be starting to put in the dark in order to get the light. So if I can just get that out of the way, okay. So we'll go in here, we'll start coming from here. Some really big trees. Again, make sure that you go over them because you will have some that come out. I know it's dark and some of this grey will show through. Okay, we'll come out that way. Hi Keith, hi Jakey. And I think I'm going to bring that down to about here. I don't think I'm going to go much further than that. And build my trees upwards. Up there. A little bit darker, as you can see. But these are all in the background. Okay, that one's going to be a little bit lighter, so I need a little bit more dark. There we go, just to individually see them. Okay, so we're starting to move out into the dark, so we'll pick up some dark colours as we move back. Alright. Creating as we go. Create out this way and you'll begin to pick up that dark blue as you go out either side. Now I am again going to get my brush, bit of a lesson in how to do trees really, this one, whoops, and how not to drop your brush. Okay, so again, I'm going in the same colour, and then we can draw up the trees as we go. So just here and there in the gaps, you don't need to go into huge details, because we will be going over a bit of a lighter colour. Now over here, quite a gap, so there we are. And that's a big tree and I think he's leaning out a little bit. There we go. We can go out there. And again, we'll have a few that are coming out. Right, so switching over to a different, because that's my dark one now, so switching over to the second brush. Are we all okay? Just adding a little bit of the lighter colour, because on these edges you will see a little bit of light coming through. Just a little bit, just to twinkle. There we go. Just to add a little bit of lightness. And I'm going to add some of that blue to it purely because it's thin. Starting to get a lot of layers on here. And those of you that have painted with me before know that a thick paint will not stick to a thin paint, but a thin paint will stick to a thick one. So as we're coming out, so don't need an awful lot, a couple of shades lighter, there we go. Especially on this side, don't forget, because the light's streaming through, so it will pick up on a few bushes. Don't overdo it, don't go crazy with it, because if you go crazy with it you'll lose the effect that there's a little bit of light sparkling through and it'll be like somebody's hit a spotlight on it. So just occasional. Don't forget that as you're doing the trees, you need to remember the shape of your tree, what kind of tree you're doing. And I don't mean by that, you know, an oak or whatever, but is it an old tree, is it a new tree? What kind of trees are we doing here? Okay, and that's going to have a little bit of light to it. There we go. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. I think I'm going to put a little bit on there. Carlos! Hi! How's things in Norway? I graduated high school with Carlos in Stavanger, and he's still there. No, I think you're in Bergen, aren't you? But he's still in Norway. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like that for the moment, because what I want to do is take some of the white, mix it with some of the liquid white. So I've got a thinner, I realise I just clipped the, there we go, okay. And I've got, excuse me just a minute, I've got a hair that's decided to join in and I don't want it joining in. Is it over there now? Yeah, I think it's over there now. Okay, so cut across, little roll of paint. This is where my river's going to come from, or my lake. And I'm going to bring it down around here. Okay, I've just realised the first thing I need to do, apart from dry my brush off, which I obviously hadn't done, is take a little bit of the white, because obviously that's my bright spot. Need a little bit of pull it straight down, and then as you come around, obviously it gets darker and darker. You can hit it harder. Now it doesn't necessarily mean, okay, there we go, that, okay, and then coming across, instant shadows, instant reflections. Okay, everyone see that? Then from one side to the other. And it just sets them down. So now I've got my reflections in. Pretty important, nearly forgot it. Lauren, hi, you and Charlie okay? I saw your YouTube thing the other day. That must be difficult being locked down on what's the word I'm looking for? Come on, Lauren, help me. It's not a barge. Longboat. Is it a longboat? Could be a longboat. I'm getting old. Words sometimes fail me. Okay, so now we're getting a little bit more of what's going on. Okay, beginning to understand what's happening. Okay, and I am going to put a little bit of just an occasional ripple. Perhaps we've got some fish. Do you think we've got some fish? We could have some fish here. It's that kind of a quiet scene lake, isn't it? Okay, there we go. Hope everyone's managing okay in the old lockdown. We certainly are, and I cannot believe this weather. The weather has just been phenomenal, which has seriously helped everybody. Okay, which is my light? No, I think this is my light. This is my dark, so we'll be going into the dark, mixing all three colours, and we're just going to mix them all on the brush, so we're going to get a bit of a mixture going. Okay, so this is my light? No, it's not light. Okay, we're going to come in, bring those over here, because these are going to be huge trees. Okay, these are my big trees. Don't forget to bring them over the new trees, or your trees that you've put down already, because if you put them down over them, then you'll get the depth that you're looking for in the painting. Don't forget to go around the corners as I just did then. Take that one round. There we are. Again, using all three colours. I'm literally, there's no rhyme or reason. Just going to do a couple there on the water's edge. Go over this side. Start up in that corner. These are my really big trees. And these are literally coming out over. Okay, these are so dark. I was going to show you the original painting, but obviously I couldn't, because it's actually at the Flange and Prong in Horncastle. Of course, they're there on lockdown as well. But just as a reference, you may see me looking over. I have got another one. I've got a photograph of it that I'm painting it from. Okay, and then these are the lower ones that are coming down. Okay, all right, so now back to my knife, and I'm going to have a couple of bigger trees just there. So I'm going to need all three my dark colours. I need to put my tree trunk in. Hang on, I really need my colours mixing a little bit better. There we go. So this is going to be a huge tree. It's going to come up. It needs to be a bit bigger than that, Ruth, if it's going to hold all this lot up. There we go. Bring that out. Don't know if you can see it because obviously it is dark, but there will be a texture to this tree. I know I'm standing in front of you, I do apologise. Okay, and that one up there. Then we'll take that branch, we'll just put that up there. And I will add a tiny little bit, okay, so that'll do. So I will add a tiny little bit of the lighter blues, because I feel that there is just a little bit of light creeping through, catching on the tree, I'm using the lighter blue mixture. Okay, there we are. And we'll do a little bit, because that's come round. There we are. Okay, and then round to the dark. Right. Now, I have no idea what the actual time is at the moment, so hopefully it won't be going on for too long. So into the darker colours. Mix in the liquid, or the thinners rather. And we'll do some of the other branches. There we go. How many have I got? Oh, there's 2 still watching. Who is it? Who's still watching me? Say hello. There we go. Are you all enjoying a cup of tea, or are you all concentrating? Are you actually joining in with me? That would be nice. Okay, we're going to have a branch that goes off that way. And then here, I'll have another one. Goes off there. There we are. Okay, and there we are. And there's my first of my really big trees. Now I'm going to do another one further in, so it's going to be a little bit lighter. Use the mix. We'll do another one. In fact, I think I will do one just here. Okay. That's the base. Bring that up. Base of the tree. Again, it's quite a big tree. There we go. Just do a few little branches going over it. Oh, that one missed, so I'll have to go out that way. There we go. That's my second tree. This time I'm going to add a little bit of dark to the other side, because that is actually in shadow. And that will give the tree a bit of 3D. There we are. Okay, so that one's there. So 1, 2, 3. I need a tree over this side. Can't forget this side, can I? Goodness me. Okay. Now I think I'm going to put a big old thing here. There we go. That's going to come right up. Steph Thorpe. Gosh, it's all these blasts from the past. How are you doing, my lady? I think you were in Lewis's year, weren't you? And for those of you who don't know, that was Lewis is my youngest, who as a key worker is actually still at work, as he works for Cross Keys Homes on the emergency lines for the elderly and the vulnerable. Plus he does the installations for the emergency equipment, so he's still going out and about. And my eldest is still working as well, because he works for Parliament, so Parliament doesn't shut down, so he's still working as well. But luckily he can work from home, whereas my youngest can't. Okay, so do a few more. I've done him. I'll go over to this one. A few more branches. A few more. That one going up. I'll reach this one across. There we are. That one there. There we are. Okay, so that's a few. Right, so now I just need the light one. because we'll need some lighter colour as well as the nearly white. So and then coming darker as we come out. Back into the wood. Okay, so I need to be darker down this side. Ooh, some more heroes out in the background because I've got my spin day today. Thank heaven they didn't stop working. The country would have ground to a halt then if they'd stopped working. Okay, so this one is quite a bit lighter. Over that side. Getting darker. Over the far side. Okay, that's that one. Getting a little bit darker over the other side. A little bit of shadow. And this one, I'm just going to go into all the colours. Very, very little light. Because this old tree is not getting much light at all. He's quite a dark old boy. Because he's right in the back. You'll get a tiny, tiny little bit of light, tiny little sparkle here and there. But on the whole, he's not getting an awful lot of light at all. So, okay, so I will put a little bit of light there. Now, I'm going to also fill in over this side. Okay, don't forget to go around the corner like I did, and then same colours. I'm going to go over this side as well. So we've got some trees and bushes around there. Like that. Again, using the lighter colours because these are now going to be getting a little bit of light. So picking your colours. This is getting quite a lot of light, so this will be quite bright. One bush at a time. There we are. Mixing the colours as you go. This will be a little bit darker because coming a little bit into the corner now and away from the light. So I'll start doing a little bit darker. Okay. And I think I'm going to go a little bit lighter actually over this side. Oh, I didn't do this side. How could I have forgotten this side? Goodness me. I'll be having the salt, that won't work for me. A bit better. Okay. And there we are. Okay, and I would say that's pretty much done. I will take my script liner brush. I've only got one person watching. Who are you? There we go. I'll put that in the corner. Put my signature in the corner. And there we are. And there we have it. A second magical mystery forest, mystic forest. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. Please check out my work on rbyart.co.uk. I'll be back again next Wednesday. I'll maybe do some flowers this time. Please again forgive the lockdown hair. Oh, it's Alicia. Hello, Alicia. This will be on there as well once it's dry. I can post out to you. Obviously this one's a little bit huge, as you can see from behind me, but I do post out the other ones, and the post office in the village is still open, so if anybody would like anything off the website, please do check it out. If not, thank you for your company. I've thoroughly enjoyed painting this for you, and I hope you've enjoyed painting along with me, or at least drinking a cup of tea and watching me paint. So next week, 11 o'clock, same time, same place. See you then. Bye.